In the 1980s, Freddy Krueger became one of the most iconic horror characters of the decade. As the decade was drawing a close, Freddy Krueger returned in his fifth movie entitled Nightmare on Elm Street 5: Dream Child. This is the last of the three movies, which comprise of Dream Warriors, Dream Master, and of course Dream Child. Dream Child, in my opinion, was the worst of the three movies. It's also the last Nightmare on Elm Street movie to actually have a number in the title, and to have the Nightmare on Elm Street name in it, not including the remake. In my original review, I said it was the worst in the series, and my opinion has kind of remained the same. The movie has tons of great moments, but honestly a lot of the film is muddled, nonsensical and slow. The dream sequences are what really keep the film from being the absolute worst in the original series. The dream sequences are probably better in this film than in any other film in the franchise. They are more unique, more memorable, and quite funny at times. The plot of this movie is that Alice from the previous film has gotten pregnant with Dan's child. Freddy returns through the baby's dreams and manages to pull people into the dreams even when they are awake. This means you may be just casually strolling down the street and then all of a sudden Freddy attacks you. This aspect of the film could have been really creepy. Creating the uncertainty of whether you're in a dream or in real life is something the original actually did really well. They could have duplicated it and made it the scariest movie since the first film. However, it just uses this as a cheap way to add in as many death scenes as possible. The dream sequences are very unique though. The best two, in my opinion, involve a character being stuffed to death by food, and the other one is when a guy is taken inside of a comic book and has to fight Mecha Freddy. That bit was fucking awesome. However, sadly, the rest of the movie just lacks what made the previous two movies good. Freddy's one-liners are nowhere near as cheesy or funny as before, except for maybe a couple. The plot is incredibly loose, and the film changes pace randomly throughout the movie, creating an uneven mess. And does anyone really know what the ending was about? I mean, what the fuck happened there? The kid vomited at Freddy and he was turned into a baby and then put inside his mother's womb? I don't even think the creators of this movie knew what was going on there. The gothic imaginative look of the dream sequences are really what makes the movie worthwhile. Every single dream sequence is incredibly well crafted. However, the film that surrounds it really struggles to work on its own. The film constantly shifts in tone from an incredibly dark, brooding film to a dark comedy, just nowhere near as dark as before. Robert Englund still cites this to be his least favourite movie in the franchise after Freddy's Revenge and Freddy's Dead, and it's easy to see why. The film remains the only film in the entire franchise to win a Razzie Award, which I guess is some sort of achievement. Of course, it was a Razzie for Worst Original Song for a song that isn't actually that bad. Bring Your Daughter to Slaughter is the name of the song for those who were wondering. Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden did it, and Iron Maiden later did a much better version of it that became a UK #1 single, but that's kind of off topic. Sadly, apart from the dream sequences, there isn't really much I like in this movie. Is it the worst in the franchise? No, but it's kind of close. I would definitely go as far as to say that apart from the remake, it's the worst in the franchise. It's the worst in the original series anyway, without a doubt. However, it's not as bad as the remake, and nothing else they do to this franchise ever could be. I give A Nightmare on Elm Street 5: Dream Child an E+.